So the day watch was prompt as to what they were getting, and they got a gem. I'm proud of that. My partner pretty proud of that because we started with a rough diamond, so to speak, cleaned him up, squared him away, scared the hell out of him, and then when he pops out the other side for the other guys, they got a nice product, and they just continued on with him, and he got it. Okay, sometimes you don't get it. I got it quick because this is my life. I wanted to do this, but some didn't, and some didn't get it. And so I'll have other stories later on about some other recruits that I had in the academy. But he got it. He finished. We had that meeting with the captain discussing what to keep him or not, and he just asked around the table. Really simple. This is not making rockets here for Mars. He just sat there and went, point each one of us. Yes or no? It's almost like Gladiator, you know. Yes, 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 yes. And the captain didn't need our approval. He just needed to see what we thought. He's the ultimate decider. If everybody said yes, and he heard something from somebody else, he just go no. That's sad, but that's just the way it is. Because you're dealing with trusting this guy to go out and be with you guys to protect the public. And you got to make sure this guy's going to do it the right way. Okay, legally and professionally, and take care of the public and take care of his partner. That's what you got to do. So it's like, yes, 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 yes. Sergeants, yes, yes. Okay, me too. He's permanent, so let him know. So that night he came in and the sergeant took him off the side, and you should see the look on his face, man. He was all excited. Come over and gave me kind of a half hug. I said, man, you earned it, you deserved it. And he's all excited, tears in his eyes. I kind of felt good about that too, because he's one of my guys. I had several, but he's one of them. And it made it. Another one didn't. It was pretty bad. Get into that one, another question, another time, another place. But so I was pretty happy about that. Very proud of that guy, and we squared him away. But boy, whew, talk about starting out of the gate. The look on his face like, oh my gosh, I just lost my firstborn, because I was all over him like a cheap suit. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that story, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, welcome back. This is a part 3 of me being a training officer. Okay, so like I said earlier, I tried to told the recruit what he needed to do, and now it's game day. He's showing up. I go into roll call. I'm all squared away, I'm ready to go, and I'm ready to go do some fighting today. I'm going to take care of my recruit. Try to take care of him. Because remember, I'm teaching this guy to be an officer, and then eventually he's going to be a train officer, and he was. 7 years later, he became a train officer. It's kind of ironic how things just continue on, like shark's teeth. Train officer, leave out, here comes the next one, here comes the next one. Okay. So I go in. Well, he's sitting at the front of the room, first row. That's where a recruit's supposed to sit. Okay, I'm sitting in the back. Okay, so here come the sergeants. My sergeant walks in. He walks in by the front aisle or front desk or front seating, looks over and goes, looks at me, and he looks at me and gives me a nod, a big smile on his face. I nod back. Well, I haven't been able to see my recruit that much. I'm kind of looking through the chairs, but that look on my sergeant's face told me that we did it. He's got a big smile on his face. Okay, so here's roll call. Okay, so roll call's finished. My recruit gets out of that chair like a rabbit. He's gone. Okay, he's gonna go get the equipment from the car, which he was told to do. Okay, so sergeant says, "Hey, I want to see you over here." Okay, so I can walk up there, and he goes, "What happened?" I said, "I haven't seen him. What is it?" He goes, "Everything's fixed, as far as I can tell." I said, "Well, it ain't fixed yet." "What do you mean?" "Well, that's only like a quarter of it. Tickets, radio calls, driving, I want to see all that stuff." He goes, "Okay, B-man, already you did great." I said, "The last guy couldn't do it." I said, "I don't know why he couldn't do it. You just got to, well, some guys don't want to, they're getting ready to retire, they don't want to make waves, and they're, they don't have enough guts." And then he goes, "Yeah, also, that last guy, his training officer, Air Force." I go, "Yeah, really?" Okay, because at that time when I came on, and a bunch of years after, they hired a lot of veterans, lots of veterans, because the only ones could make good cops, I guess. Army, Marines, whatever. And you get a few Air Force guys. That Air Force guy in my class, they're technicians. They actually call themselves technicians, which is fine. They're smart. They know how to do electrical things, and they work on jets and everything else. But the rest of the branches look at them. Even the Coast Guard looks at the Air Force sideways, okay? Because the Coast Guard, they're out there, saving lives. They're actually picking people out of water and jumping in and all kinds of weird stuff. They're doing some pretty nasty things. Oh, it's just Coast Guard. They sit along, Malibu Beach and chase women in bikinis. No, they don't. They might, but they're out there doing serious stuff. I mean, who might have praised the Coast Guard? I'm a Marine for crying out loud. But anyway, got on the sidetrack again. Sorry about that. Get back on the track. So anyway, we all laugh about that. Okay, so I go outside. I'm talking to some guys. We get outside, and there's he's at the car. He's already checking out the shotgun. Puts it in the rack. Whoa! Go inside. Prince gets in there. Okay, let's go. Gets in the car. Off we went. Okay, we clear. No matter 2 minutes. There's a ticket. He goes, "Hey, there's a ticket." Whoa! Somebody cranked you up in the back and pulled that string. Okay, so off we go. Because now he's taking over. I mean, we walk up, sir, step over here. It's like, this is great. It's like working with a partner. That's what partners do. Over here, I want your ticket. You can see what's coming here. Family dispute, walks up, first one up at the door. because he needs to learn this. I've done it 100 times, more than, it's not my job. My job is to teach him. How's he going to learn sitting over there? Come on. So he handles that, okay? You know, it's amazing, it's amazing. So then, we went to, put ourselves off the air to go have chow, because I had a lot of leeway with the supervisor. He told me, I was a top producer of Arresties, top everything, so I'm kind of his guy to do whatever the hell I want. And I like that, because I could be free to do this. It takes time, and unfortunately with citizens calling in, you don't have time to do this, you have time to train. Yes, you're training, but you have to have time to do the extra training when someone needs extra work. And you don't have time for that, because it just, radio call. You wind up making the matters worse by him not knowing what he's doing while you're handling more calls. He's falling behind, and he has to catch up, because he got to get that level where he can be hired. Otherwise, he's not going to get hired. You know, I'm not the only train officer he's going to have. He'll have me for like 2 months, and then he'll go to another train officers. And if they see him all effed up from the other, like I found, they're not going to like it either. And it reflects me. It reflects on me and my partner that we didn't do our job. Okay, so all night was that way. So about 10 o'clock, let's go get something to eat. So I put myself off. We went into a restaurant. Again, a few times we sat down and we're eating. And I know he wanted to say something, you know. So, yeah, that's fine. So towards the end of the meal, he goes, how am I doing? I said, textbook. You got 4 months and 27 days to keep this up. He just looks at me and I go, seriously, you're being watched not by me, by your supervisors. Because I am. See, they don't know. You don't know when you're a recruit that everybody is looking at you. And the division I work, when I went there, they had to recruit in 4 months because the classes were very low. And again, they're recruiting Latinos. So in every class you have 2 or 3. Well, these Latino divisions, there's like 3 really heavy Latin divisions. They're grabbing the Latin officers. So these divisions get 1 every 3 months. Other divisions get multiple bodies because they're not Spanish speaking, but these divisions, so consequently he was the same way. They had to recruit here in 3 months. So that's a long time for not having recruits. You never even see one, you know. So I said, yeah. I said, so now you're on point. I called. You're on point. Everybody's watching you. I'm watching you. My partner's watching you, and my supervisor's watching you, and the lieutenant's watching you. You know why? Because you're the only recruit in here. And they see something bad that you do, they're not going to say anything to you. They're saying something to me, and they're not going to say something to me, bro. I'll tell you that right now. Okay. And my partner, same thing. Both ex-Marines. No, you're going to get. It goes downhill, man. You're the low man on the pole. And besides, you're the one doing it. Okay. Just, you see what you did today? He goes, yeah. Do it every day. You watch me. Do I do that every day? He goes, yeah. Do it every day. And pretty soon, I'm going to let you drive the car. That was a big thing. Big thing. Now, let me get on the side. The reason why you want him to drive the car for a lot of reasons. One, he doesn't know what he's doing. Everybody can drive a car. No, not a police car. Second, you got to make sure he knows whenever you go to a call, where to park, how to park. Okay? Got to make sure that when you stop someone, okay, that you pull over, that you know where you're at. That's very important, okay? Because we didn't have radios on our sides. Now you have a radio on the side, you know. In fact, now they have a button on top, and if you get out of your car and a guy pulls a gun or comes at you, you hit that button. That puts out an automatic help call, and it actually coagulates or whatever. it crosses where you are, and they can actually find you within a block, okay? But those days, no radios. So if you're going to chase someone or you pull out and a guy jumps out of his car, one of you has to put out where you're at. And if you're driving that, see, the passenger runs out first to chase the suspect, obviously. The driver has to broadcast it, put it in park, as you reach over like this, 'cause I've got the microphone. I need help. Where you at? It's not a good answer. Well, you're saying, your partner's running through the houses chasing this guy. You gotta know where you're at. That's almost the most important thing. So until he learns the area you're driving and all the streets, gotta learn that fast. Then you're not going to let him drive. There's no way. Okay. So I said, you'll drive maybe a couple months, but I wouldn't hold my breath. We'll let you know. So after about a month and a half, almost 2 months later, we started letting him drive once in a while, like once a week. Pretty good. You know, it gets better, but it's tough because you get in that car and you are in charge now of that car. You're driving and, you know, so, but he's got himself squared away. Felt good because the 2 months we had him right down the line. And then we knew he was going to go to another car, another shift. I think it was day shift. So we talked to the day watch guys, the train officers, said, this is what we had, this is where we went, this is where we're going, so you guys need to continue it. They go, oh, great, no problem. So they pretty much got a polished kid and kept him polished all the way to the end. And I got called in, we all got called in at the end of the month, or the end of the period of 6 months, as they all do, with the captain. We had it was 6 of us went into the captain to talk about the recruit. That's how, most people don't know that goes on. It goes on behind the scenes. So he's about 3 weeks away from finishing or not finishing his probation. We get called into the office with the captain, and the supervisors, and we discuss him the whole time. We have a weekly ratings. All his weekly ratings are in here. There's 24 of them. My math's right. One every week for 6 months. Okay. I go over them because they're written by different people. We had ours. They had theirs. What's his strength? And we told them what happened. And I'm going to have to stop here. The tape's running out. I'll get back to you in a few minutes. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye bye. So the day watch was prompt as to what they were getting, and they got a gem. I'm proud of that. My partner pretty proud of that because we started with a rough diamond, so to speak. Cleaned him up, squared him away, scared the hell out of him, and then when he pops out the other side for the other guys, they got a nice product, and they just continued on with him, and he got it. Okay, sometimes you don't get it. I got it quick because this is my life. I wanted to do this, but some didn't, and some didn't get it. And so I'll have other stories later on about some other recruits that I had in the academy. But he got it. He finished. We had that meeting with the captain discussing what to keep him or not, and he just asked around the table. Really simple. This is not making rockets here for Mars. He just sat there and went, point each one of us. Yes or no? It's almost like Gladiator, you know. Yes, 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 yes. And the captain didn't need our approval. He just needed to see what we thought. He's the ultimate decider. If everybody said yes, and he heard something from somebody else, he'd just go no. That's sad, but that's just the way it is. Because you're dealing with trusting this guy to go out and be with you guys to protect the public. And you got to make sure this guy's going to do it the right way. Okay, legally and professionally, and take care of the public and take care of his partner. That's what you got to do. So it's like, yes, 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 yes. Sergeants, yes, yes. Okay, me too. He's permanent, so let him know. So that night he came in and the sergeant took him off the side, and you should see the look on his face, man. He was all excited. Come over and gave me kind of a half hug. I said, man, you earned it, you deserved it. And he's all excited, tears in his eyes. I kind of felt good about that too, because he's one of my guys. I had several, but he's one of them, and it made it. Another one didn't. It was pretty bad. Get into that one, another question, another time, another place. But so I was pretty happy about that. Very proud of that guy, and we squared him away. But boy, whew, talk about starting out of the gate. The look on his face like, oh my gosh, I just lost my firstborn, because I was all over him like a cheap suit. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that story, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.